All right, welcome back, traders. This video is to help you guys understand the meaning of compression. And the reason why I wanted to make a separate video for this is because this is very important for people who love to use trend lines and for trend line traders in general, because compression is very important. You'll see it a lot on your trend lines. And what you're looking at right now is going to be trend line liquidity. Trendline liquidity, again, price will come and take people out to then reverse in the opposite direction. It's going to take all these orders out here. Price for sells is going to take all these people right here above price to then reverse in the opposite direction. And the reason why I wanted to pair this with compression is because a lot of the times we see when price is compressed, you'll understand the meaning soon, it will literally look like this and do something similar as to trendline liquidity. So let me show you guys something, okay? So this video is not meant to be long, complicated. It's just to help you guys understand compression, okay? So wouldn't you guys agree that seeing price like this, okay, really compressed like this, undecisive, is the same way of seeing price like this, okay? Same way of seeing price like this, right? What I'm basically getting at, guys, is sideways markets, in my opinion, is really the same thing as price being compressed, right? It really is. When we are sideways, guys, we are usually indecisive. We are so indecisive that price starts ping-ponging against a support and our resistance level because we just don't know where we want to go. And when it does this, guys, it literally builds liquidity up to then do what? Reverse, okay, take out lows or, reverse, take out highs, right? And this is what people also call accumulation. So I can also look at, or I like to look at compression as two things, okay? Is one, small candles very close together. So small candles very close together. Compression is also accumulation of orders. Accumulation of orders. So once you guys agree that compression is literally the exact same as what we're looking here, we are accumulating so many orders that the candlesticks are so close together. And this is why I call this compression, right? We are compressed, right? Think about it as this way. And I'm going to relate it to the human body movement because I love to do that. I love the move. I love the human body. I love thinking. I just love movement in general. Okay. Movement is medicine. So that's why. But if you guys, I don't know if you guys know what compression socks look like or any, like if you had a knee injury, you know how people sometimes wear those knee sleeves, right? And you know how it kind of compresses, squeezes everything together to basically support you to keep structure of the knee, the joint, or whatever area you have a compression sleeve on, right? We're being compressed, we're being squeezed together, we're squished, right? So similar to how we are compressed, right? We're being squished. We're really close together, right? It's the same way we are being compressed in the markets like this. Okay? We are very close together. And anytime you guys see compression like this, you want to think about it as the same way you see accumulation. Why? Why would you want to see accumulation and compression together? Because this is where what? This is where orders will be placed in the market. This is where liquidity hides, right? Notice when you see arranging markets or accumulation, sideways market, whatever you want to call it, usually price will come out, right? It will sweep some type of lows. Okay, it might come up here, sweep some type of highs, and then it will maybe reverse, whatever, right? But my point is, it will do some type of what? Liquidity sweep, right? It will do some type of liquidity sweep to then, do a reactionary movement it wants to do. Okay. So that being said, compression is the same thing. Compression will do the exact same thing. It will create very small candles basically showing, you know what, we're indecisive. We're so indecisive that instead of creating these beautiful candles that we, normally create, we're gonna go very small. We might make a small bearish candle, a small bullish candle, and another small bullish candle because we just don't know where we want to go, right? We are compressed. We are squished together. We are squished together until buyers or sellers gain control. And once buyers and sellers gain control, guys, this is where we see usually what happens is price will take some orders out to then reverse in the opposite direction. Or we could look at it this way, where we have compression of like this, right? We have some price compress, 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 compressed, take orders out, right? Reverse in the opposite direction, okay? And these candles aren't that small, so let me do that a little better for you guys. Yeah. Let's make them a little bit more closer, more squished, a little bit more squished, a little bit more squished. Okay, something like this, right? So we have compression happening, okay, and then price is going to reverse in the opposite. This is where the concept trendline liquidity kind of lies, right? So sometimes we might not see it compress, but I like to use trendline liquidity when it is compressed because it's easier to look at it like that, right? Because when it is compressed, I know we have some orders there, right? And when it's not compressed, I can just look at highs and lows or how I usually go about looking for liquidity, hunting for liquidity, and just looking at liquidity in general in the form of just highs and lows, right? So this is how I usually like to look for my trendline liquidity in a form of compression, very close together, okay? So I want to show you guys some examples of that. So basically, right? The same way we see sideways markets, guys, right? You see sideways markets here, right? Price is compressed. So it's compressed in the sideways market. We can also be compressed in an uptrend direction. So like up like this. We can also be compressed in a downtrend direction, how I showed you like this. Okay. We are currently compressed in the sideways market. We're ping ponging. So we know what's going to happen. We are very indecisive here. We have small candles. We are waiting for someone to gain control, sellers or buyers, whichever is stronger, right? Then we poke out, right? We took all these lows out. We swept these lows, right? To then do what? Fly into the opposite direction, right? We targeted all these lows here, south side. Now we're going to target all these highs here, buy side, okay? So this is what compression usually looks like. It's usually going to be small little candles, basically building up orders to then do a very strong move usually, or very impulsive move. You guys can clearly see the difference between, all this price action here and then something like all this price action here. I would say we are more squished here than we are here. And you might see this temporary, squished little compression here, which is valid as well. But I'm actually seeing, look how compressed we are here. Not only here, but do you see how small these candles are here? Right? And the reason why I want you guys to pay attention to compression is because these are where highs and lows are going to matter the most. Because eventually, when we are compressed like this, very indecisive, there's bound to be a strong move that happens. We're just in this so indecisive that we're making small candles because we don't know if we want to push bearish or bullish yet. So what price is going to do is going to try, it's going to test the waters, right? We might get close to this high, right? But we don't fully break it. We might get close to this low, but we don't fully break it. And then then we get this strong positive move that, maybe sweeps out a high, sweeps out a low, and then we might get, a liquidity sweep to then reverse in the opposite direction, or liquidity sweep to then reverse in the opposite direction for downside, okay, south side, or bearish. Okay, so if we were to watch price, right? Literally, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right? Right? Oh my, that is beautiful. Sorry. Right? You see, guys, look. See, you guys see this? Look. So we had compression of price, right? We actually did take out this previous high using this wick here, right? And then we took this low out. We didn't break structure. Why? Because we're closing above, right? More wick than body going through this line or zone, we could say. And then price did what? Reverse in the opposite direction. So when you see price compress, really pay attention to it. And even price was compressed here, and it ended up, at least coming near it, or filling some type of orders or taking or So price actually ended up coming to this level of compression as well, or this area of compression as well, right? Came to it. This is also a previous high, created a higher low technically. So we had some compression here too. That price finally came and, had filled the imbalance or, tested to continue pushing back up here. So anytime you see compression, really, really pay attention to the highs and lows, right? Make sure you're not liquidity is what I'm basically saying. And that's realistically what I wanted to basically talk in this video. I wanted you guys to make sure you are paying attention to areas like this because a lot of the times we might see some liquidity sweeps. We might see some failed breaks of structure. Again, think about it as accumulated orders. Think about it as a sideways market where we're ping-ponging, indecisive. It's a similar thing or concept, but instead of maybe sideways, we might see price, creating bullish structure like this, like very something like this, or even, going to the downside like this, like down here, right? We're respecting a trend line or we're respecting a trend line, whatever, but we're very, very compressed, okay? Very, very compressed. I even see that a little bit like this as well, right? You could have drawn it like that. You could have drawn it as a sideways market. Whatever you kind of see first, as long as you understand that compression exists and compression, there's going to be some type of impulsive move that is going to occur eventually. You will be fine. That is all I want you guys to understand. Compression, close candles together means there's a lot of orders, lots of indecisiveness, and there's going to be some strong impulsive moves prepping, right? The market's prepping. It doesn't know where it wants to go yet, but once it decides, we're going to get strong impulsive moves or strong wicks or long wicks in an area to either sweep liquidity to reverse or just continue the trend direction.